machine can sew a beautiful 4-step buttonhole. To do that, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need your button, of course, the buttonhole foot from your machine's accessories, a fabric marking pen or pencil, and a small ruler. No matter what kind of fabric you're sewing, it's a good idea to use an interfacing or stabilizer inside, which will help prevent the denser stitches of the buttonhole from puckering the fabric. So to prepare, place your button on your fabric where you want to sew the buttonhole, and use your fabric marking pen or pencil to draw a line at the top and bottom of where you want the buttonhole to be, at the top and bottom of the button. And then use your small ruler to draw a line to connect those two sideways lines you just drew. These lines that you draw on your fabric will help you know where to place the fabric underneath the buttonhole foot once you put the buttonhole foot on the machine. Next, we need to change to the buttonhole foot, which you can find in your machine's accessories. First, we need to take off the foot that's on the machine now, and to do so, place your fingers behind and in front and then just pull forward to slip it off the machine. Place your buttonhole foot on, checking that you have the red lines at the left with that B marking at the back, and you're going to line up this presser foot pin with the opening at the front of the presser foot holder. Once you line that up, just push from front to back to snap it on. And then place your upper thread through the foot and place both threads back. Next, we need to select our buttonhole stitch. And when you come to the stitch selector dial, you'll see 3 different icons that are actually the 4 different parts of your buttonhole. We're going to start with number 1. You can see the number 1 here, and I can see a small arrow that's pointing up, and what this tells me is it's going to sew the left side of the buttonhole first, starting from the bottom and going all the way up. Number 2 is the bar tack at the top. Number 3 comes down the side of the buttonhole, and then number 4 would be the bottom of the buttonhole. So we're going to start with number 1. And the other thing we need to do is set our stitch length dial in the buttonhole range. So just make sure that your stitch length is set where this buttonhole icon is lined up with the dot marking at the top of the machine. First, slide your buttonhole foot back and bring your fabric in and line up this sideways line here at the bottom of the buttonhole so that it's even with these 2 small red markings on the sides of the opening of the foot. And you want this center line that you drew connecting these to appear in the middle area of the foot. Step on the foot control to start sewing. And you'll continue sewing until you reach the other sideways line that you drew. Turn the hand wheel toward you to raise the needle out of the fabric, and then turn your stitch selector dial to the number 2. Sew a few stitches to make the bar tack at the top of the buttonhole. Turn the hand wheel toward you to raise the needle out of the fabric, and then set it to the number 3 setting. Now step on the foot control to resume sewing. Out of the fabric, turn it to number 4 to sew the bottom bar tack of the buttonhole. Turn the hand wheel toward you to raise the needle out of the fabric until it's all the way up and just begins to come down. Raise your presser foot lifter, and there's your 4-step buttonhole. After you trim the thread tails to remove your work from the machine, Place the remaining thread tail into the eye of a hand sewing needle, bring the thread tails to the back, and tie them off to secure. You can place a pin at the end of your buttonhole and use the seam ripper from your machine's accessories to cut open the buttonhole. The pin at the end will act like a stopper so that you don't accidentally cut through the end of the buttonhole. And then just remove the pin. There you have a beautiful buttonhole sized for your button. If you'd like more information about sewing buttonholes, refer to your machine manual that you can find on the Singer website, and you can view or download it anytime.